There we go.
Sure.
Good morning, everyone. I'm so excited. Thank you for coming to the Michele Perez podcast, where we want to uplift you, make you happy, see how everybody's going, and how we can all influence each other's lives and just make a positive influence in the world. And I'm so honored because I've actually met an amazing woman named Jessica who has created a phenomenal foundation called Molly. And I can't wait to for you guys all to meet her. So why don't you guys, along with my co-host, my beautiful co-host,
Hi.
Stephanie Mears, we are going to introduce Jessica right now. Jessica Smith. Tell me, how are you doing today, Jessica?
I'm well. Thank you guys so much for inviting me. I'm very excited to be here to share about Mali and Mali Community Outreach Protective Services. It's a 501c nonprofit here local.
Hey, tell them where local is, because this is going nationally wide, so we need to find out where is your local.
Sorry, Southern California, and we're housed in Temecula.
There we go. Jessica, I know you've been such a strong voice for our community, and we thank you that because you're making changes in and throughout Temecula with your work with Molly. Can you share how the organization began? And really, really please tell us what inspired this mission. I know your story is very touching, so I'm excited for you to share it with everyone.
Well, how I started and how it began was my family members' lack of service for help. One family member during COVID at a very young age attempted suicide 3 times,
Mm.
and another family member at the very young age was about to be kidnapped for human trafficking. And when I needed help, I was put on a waiting list for 3 months during this time when this happened during COVID. And when I went to the behavior center for my family member to be able to get the services that she needed, um, I saw more kids. I saw like a line of gurneys lined up, and these kids were attempting suicide during COVID. And I just didn't understand why so many kids were trying to take their lives on something that was temporary, making a permanent decision on something that was temporary. So it didn't feel right with me. And then when I needed help, and mind you, I have the sources to get help, I have insurance. And when I called the mental health, I would say, department of my insurance, were so inundated with calls that they were like, I'm sorry, you would have to wait 3 months to get help.
Mm,
And I just didn't think that that was something that was acceptable for me or for anyone else. And I was thinking, what about the other people that don't have insurance?
exactly.
What are they going through?
And that's the thing is people don't realize there's people with insurance who have been paying monthly for services they're not even able to get. And like they said, they're telling you 3 months, that's 90 days. That's unexcusable.
Yes. And so when that happened, it's kind of like it made me have a spark inside of me. And I was like, okay, let me get my family member in a situation um, where they're getting the help that they need. And right now she's striving, now she's doing wonderful. Um, and then my other family member, at the age of 10, there's something they called Roblox, and kids play on that all day long. But there's also chat rooms, and there's also private rooms. And so one of my family members' friend invited one of her friends to play with them, and this person was 12 again. These ages are between 10, 11, and 12, and the 12-year-old wasn't a 12-year-old. And one morning when I was taking a shower, I'm a single mom. So one morning I was taking a shower, getting ready for work. And I told my family members, I said, hey, get ready. We got to take you guys to school, or, you got to get picked up for school. Um, let's get ready, make sure you eat breakfast and stuff like that. And one of my family members started, their behavior was really strange. And so I said, my mother instincts came in, and I said, something's not right. So I
Mhm.
was in the shower, and it just didn't sit with me very well. And I just was like, okay, let me see what's going on. So I was walking by the bedroom and she had a tablet in her hand and she actually kicked it under the bed. Instead of putting it on her bed or instead of putting it on her desk, it was like a kick underneath the bed. And I just was like, hmm. So they left to school and I just went back to the room and I just picked up the tablet, turned it on, and then I saw the conversations that were on Roblox. The chat was open, and I was going through it, and I got sick to my stomach when I started reading that this person convinced my family member to empty her backpack, to convince her to share the location. Basically, this person knew where I lived, where she went to school,
Oh
where
my
she went
gosh.
to after school program and everything like that. So my heart started beating really fast, and I said, okay, whew. And I just remember just reading everything. And then when I realized that this person was talking about today, meaning that
Right.
they were going to meet
In a few
in
hours,
a
a
few
few moments.
hours,
Did you just
I
like reach out to God? Because I know you're a God-fearing woman and just ask him for guidance on what you needed to do, or how did that?
I don't think I went there first, and I wish I did, but I think I went into action mode, protection
Mhm.
mode, um, mama bear mode. I was out for blood in a sense of I was someone was about to kidnap my daughter.
Yeah.
And so I called the police, the sheriff department, anti-human trafficking unit, because of everything that was happening. It was just like the way that the conversation was, it was looking like there was going to be a kidnapping.
Mhm.
And so they told me not to go to the location, which I'm Latina. So you really, it's hard to stop Latinas from, you tell them no, they're still, and then they're a mom. So it's kind of like,
No
you
matter
know,
what, you tell a mom no, but that's like a whole nother level when you're Latin and you're mom. I'm not saying that there's not with other, cultures, but we have a little fire.
yes. And so, I'm from Texas, so I am the Second Amendment person, and I'm just like, off with their head. So,
Mhm.
um, I show up, I get to a place where they tell me, hey, you can't interfere. If you interfere, we're going to arrest you. So I'm standing there and I can see the man that's about to kidnap my daughter. And it took everything in me. And I think that's when I went to God and I said, Lord, like, control me, help me, um, give me mercy. Like, I knew right there and then my daughter was safe in where she was, because I called and they did a lockdown. So um they apprehended him and they arrested him. And just fast forward when I showed up to court, because he um gave up what he was going to do to my daughter. He got 3 months in jail.
Just 3 months?
Just 3 months. And
Oh my God.
my daughter was worth at that age $60,000. And so there was a plan from him taking her to transferring her over to three different vehicles and then to a work truck. And the work truck, the driver already made arrangements with Homeland Security, to pay them to have my daughter cross over with the other kids that they had, to cross
Oh
over to Mexico.
oh my gosh. No, I can't believe that's crazy. I
Yes.
can't imagine being in your shoes. I am a mother, and I
Yes.
think I would have probably killed him as he arrived out of prison. I'm just saying. I couldn't imagine your strength and your love for God to help you have that discernment to knowing what you
Yeah.
know.
And my thing is that here locally in Temecula, a lot of people weren't talking about it. It was
Mhm.
happening, but no one was saying anything about it. And I think that when I needed help and resources regarding that, it was very limited. And so I even had to reach out to someone in San Diego that was trafficked and had her come to my house with a police officer and talk to my daughter about what was going to happen to her. And so at that moment in time, she was still trying to protect her friend.
Oh yeah.
And so she was very limited of providing information about her friend.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so with all that being said, Mally was created, and Mally stands for mental health, addiction, love, human trafficking, and youth literacy. And that is what sparked the interest of me creating Mally because of the lack of resources. We are a resource and service provider.
And where is it that they can find your organization so they can actually help out in whatever way they can or go to you for the resources?
Well, we have something called our website's called mally.org. And when that happens, if you go there, you can actually do like an intake form, like say, I want more information, I want to volunteer, I want to donate, I want to get involved with Mally.
Mhm.
The Mally.org is a website that has resources as well. So if you know of anyone that is dealing with mental health, addiction, human trafficking, and wanting more information about youth literacy, which is a huge part of Mally, that website gives all the information as well.
Isn't, I mean, Stephanie, you and I both have daughters. I can't imagine what she's been going through. Because even to this day, I'm sure you're still afraid because you're
No,
still out
I'm
there.
not afraid. I'm not afraid. I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed with helping um, these topics that no one wants to talk about, and actually being out in the community and making a difference and putting my life on the line to assist these people that have been traumatized, that have been abused, that have been sexually abused, and giving them an ounce of hope of of giving them an ounce of saying, you know what, this was my life. My life can be something better.
So how many people, even in our area, because I know our area is very, it's a beautiful, small, positive community. But like you said, they knew nothing about this at what was going on, or there was not really any information for us to actually go through. What you went through was, it's opening those doors. But let people know, even in the small areas, this is happening. Is you think it's happening more prominent here?
We're number one.
Oh
And
my gosh.
yeah, we're number one in overall in America for human trafficking. You can actually even type in that, and we are number one. Um,
Temecula or California?
um, Riverside County, San Diego County, LA County, and High Desert County. So
Southern California is number
yeah,
one.
number one.
Wow. Wow. Okay. So I thank you for the work you've done, but what are there's I know the challenges that you're going through, but if you can tell me one of your biggest challenges that you've seen that people in our area in Temecula Valley face when it comes to healing and the recovery that you have actually been able to help and witnessed.
Everybody wants to feel loved. Everybody wants to feel seen. Everybody wants to feel that they matter, and
Mm-hmm.
they do.
Mm-hmm.
The challenge is that there's only one of me, but it takes a village, and that has what I have created is a village of people that are wanting to help, wanting to donate, wanting to make a difference. So the resources have been able to be expanded for the healing process, for the recovery process, but there's still more work to do. It is very overwhelming, um, and it's more and more impactful that these topics are the forefront of everything that's going on right now. COVID did a lot of damage. There wasn't enough help to develop these kids that went through COVID. A lot of those seniors that graduated
Mm-hmm.
during COVID have committed suicide. um, the elementary, the middle schools that were impacted with COVID are now in high school, and they cannot multitask. They have to finish one task at a time. Um, it's very different how we were raised and how our world was. We're living in a social media world where these predators are capturing um, the ones that have a lot of siblings, the ones that are single parents, the ones that, can't be so active in their kids' lives, that these kids are seeking it elsewhere. And more education and more prevention and more awareness is what is needed to help this community.
Absolutely. I actually had a question for you too. For those who are listening, that really can empathize with where you're coming from, Jessica. Jessica's heart is just phenomenal, you guys. Like
He
that's
has the biggest heart ever.
ever. And this is one of the things that I just love about Jessica and her abilities and her love. But one of the things I would love for you to share is a story that or a moment that really touched your heart and reminded you why you do this work.
Oh man,
Uh
you
oh,
know,
that's me, guys. Sorry.
First thing in the morning. It's a great question, Stephanie.
so everybody's always asking like, how do you do this without like falling apart? Well, first, a lot of it, um, my passion is driven from anger, and when I get upset, I'm very driven. And what gets me really upset is when kids are being sexually abused. And so we have something that's called the magnets, and we put magnets behind restrooms, public restrooms. And this 12-year-old um, called me and said, um, "Help me! I'm I want to go home. Um, I don't even know where I'm at." And I had this communication with her off and on. It took 3 months to be able to get her where she needed to be in a safe place. And within the 3 months, we planned her rescue, and she was getting her nails done because for whatever reason, um, that's something that her trafficker had her get her nails done, which is the weirdest thing. But she told me the location of where she was going to get her nails done. So I ended up going to the back of the shopping center, and the nail shop has the door open. And so um, my car's in the back. I'm communicating with her. She's in the chair, and obviously this is the mission, and um, she's not completing her nails. It's just her being out in the public and in an public area where it's I can take her. Um, so I let her know I'm in the back. She excuses herself to go to the restroom. She walks back there. She sees my car. She gets in the car, and I drive away. By the time that I'm driving away, the trafficker's still outside, um, in the car, waiting for her, and the police show up. So by the time that I'm gone and I'm down the road, there's police waiting for me because I have a minor. By the time that I get to the police and they get her, um, they said, stay with her and let's figure this situation out. Um, when I asked her, I said, hey, if there's anything that you could do right now, what would it be? Like if you wanted to eat something, if you wanted, because there was a lot of adrenaline happening at that moment.
Oh my, I can't even imagine what she was going through at that age. Because
Yes,
imagine what you were going through, but to be so young and going through this, that's so brave.
yes,
That's a strong young lady.
yes. And I still get emotional thinking about it because I know everything that she went through. And so we turned our location off, obviously, prior to us departing. Um, and a simple request she had was, I just want vanilla ice cream. And as much as, a simple request, a simple, and it just made me feel like, the child in her, you know? And of course, we went and I took her to get some vanilla ice cream, came back, and then, everything had to be processed with the law enforcement. But just a simple request of that, after like I got in my car, I just broke down because I was just like, okay, God, this is tough. This is tough, but it's needed. It's needed. Give me more strength, give me more wisdom, give me more knowledge, give me more uh, just give me more of what I need to do to help these kids.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you know, Melly is a temporary situation in a temporary, we're like the ambulance that shows up. So we
Yeah.
triage the situation and then, you
You're,
know,
they're the
if
first
they're,
responders.
yeah, so we don't do the permanent housing and stuff. We do the temporary housing. So everything's temporary to get to the point where they can transition to permanent stuff. Um, so when we deal with minors, CPS becomes involved, the courts become involved, so we just get them where they need to be, and then law enforcement and everything else comes and handles the rest, because we don't have that power for the minors.
Yeah.
So but when we have dealing with 18 and older, it's a little different story. But that one right there, like, hit home for me because it was a long process. I mean, we're talking 3 months, but it was a constant, like, planning this to get her to where she needed to be. And she is with a foster family, and she is, doing well. We don't keep in communication, and that's okay. But I know she's in a better place now.
Yes, of course. So can you can you share can you let me know how it is that other people can help and what it is that others can do to get involved? Because like you said, this is a big project, the big project you're doing on your own. And I mean, how can others help this so we can make sure we get your name out there and everything that needs to be done so people can actually help be a part of this movement that you've created, which is a
Volun- I always need volunteers. I always need funding as well, because everything that we do is at no cost to anyone. I don't even get paid. This is all everything that's across the board with Mally. There's no reimbursement. There's none of that for me. And because I do this completely out of my ministry to help people. So, funding's always great. Volunteering, having us come out and present, getting more of the awareness out. Those are things that are important. That's like a now thing that could happen. And always check our website. We always have our events up. We have the major toy drive coming up in with Kashan Law Firm. It's an Inland Valley Toy Drive. We're collecting blankets for the seniors food. We're giving out Thanksgiving dinner for Thanksgiving. So we're always out in the community doing something on top of what Mally is.
I'm so grateful for you. Like we've met and we've bonded and it's just I know the stories, but I hear it and I still cry because it's true and pure what you're doing and it's unbelievable. So you need to know that there are earth angels out there and you're one of them.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
And there's people who are selfless like you that are doing this. So I ask all of you to go to her website, go to her Instagram, her Facebook, all of the social media, because that's where a lot of people are going nowadays. So tell us what that is so they can reach out to you.
Yes, it's Mally.org. Stephanie has been a big partner for my organization as well as you, Michelle. Thank you so much for your support and your generosity as well. With Temecula City, we have also the Youth Financial Literacy Program. They adopted our program. So in 2026, we'll have another class coming out. These classes range from, credit repair, credit information, buying a house, investment, retirement, and all that stuff. My background is banking for over 25 years. I don't want to date myself, but it's really important that, people know about managing their finances and know where to go to help save. And this is stuff that's not taught in school. So it is also a free class, and it's going to be held in Temecula Conference Center in 2026.
Well, I just want to say I'm always honored to work with you. I've always seen you as such an amazing influence. And it's funny how we look up to people and you might not even know them, but you see the work that they're doing, and you are definitely an amazing, amazing woman. And I thank you for being here with us today.
Thank
And
you.
Stephanie, do you have any thing to say? But I know we are you have a meeting that you have to attend to, so we're trying to make sure we keep it in that time frame.
Thank you.
You guys so much. I appreciate you being here with us, Jessica. Your heart is truly amazing, and we are so blessed to be a part of what you're doing. And for those who are listening, please check out Jessica and at Mally. And then if you have any additional questions, you can always reach out to us here at Michelle's website, which is michelleperezllc.com. Thank you, everybody.
Michelle
Thank
one
you.
now. Bye. We love you, girl. Thank you
Love
so
you too.
much.
Take care.
Bye, girl.